Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Hans Martin Jr., and welcome to another episode of Hans's Random Stuff. Now, before I go on with today's episode, there is one thing I gotta say. First of all, thank you to all my subscribers. As of right now, I got 92. Now, my concern is I still need at least 8 more subscribers for me to continue on. And that means I only have one more week from when this video is posted until 7 days later. If I don't get 100 subscribers, that's just gonna tell me that I'm just gonna stop with these videos. And personally, I don't want that to happen. But for me to make this worthwhile, what I'm doing, I need to at least get 100 subscribers for me to last for at the very least another month. But yeah, so if you haven't done so, please click on that subscribe button. Yeah, you see that little picture with my face? Just click on that. Let's see. I hope I'm pointing it right, but it should be there or there. I think there. But just press on it and subscribe. Share with other people. Tell them, hey, support me. Yeah, support me. And yeah, and I hope we'll go from there. Anyways, enough of me about begging for subscribers. Today, it's the end of the month, so I'm going to be doing some media reviews. Yes, that's when I bring out my real movie critic, and we go from there. And so I'm going to give you what's my favorite in this past month in movies and in series, rate them, and we go from there. All right, let's get this started. So, when it comes to movies, there's been a couple good ones this year. And I break it down into 2 movies that I really like. One of them was The Accountant 2, which I really enjoyed with Ben Affleck and Jon Bernthal. But my favorite movie of this past month was a film called Sinners. Ryan Coogler does it again. I swear, every time this guy makes a movie, he brings out some bangers. And this one was no different. And yeah, what I liked about this film, even though you could argue that it's 2 different themes with this, but the one theme that I really enjoy is about, the history of blues and music and people being inspired to play this type of music. And yeah, and in there's this one scene about the history of music, especially in the Black culture of the world. And that scene was awesome. And it deserves for me to give a second watch, but I'm almost certain they did all that in just one take, which I love when directors do that. Ryan Coogler loves to do that, and he does it exceptionally well with this film. And another reason why I enjoyed this film, not just for the music, which the music was great. And by the way, there's a mid-credits and after-credits scene as well, so don't miss out if you haven't seen it yet. But the other reason why I enjoyed this was the acting of Michael B. Jordan. And he didn't play just one role. He played in 2 roles, as they were playing twin brothers who were part of Al Capone's gang and decided to go back home and start a juke joint or a club in Mississippi. And that's where all the music comes in and stuff. And seeing Michael B. Jordan playing in that dual role was fun to watch, that's for sure. I think with this role, Michael B. Jordan definitely expanded his horizons of what he can do as an actor. And he did that phenomenally, for sure. And yeah, there was other actors too. Haley Steinfeld was there too. She was awesome. And then, of course, once they get to the whole vampire stuff, which I guess it changed the movie's tone big time and making it to like somewhat of a scary film. They did have their share of jump scares and stuff, and I hate jump scares. I hate scary movies to begin with. But this one wasn't too bad with everything, with the vampires, although it is a cliched vampire movie. But the way this movie ended and how everything went down, It was a fun and enjoyable watch. I enjoyed it from pretty much from the beginning to the end. And if you haven't seen this movie, I highly, highly, highly recommend it. And so, as I give it my real rating, I give it 1, 2, 3, 4, chop. I give it about 4.5 blood-sucking juke joints. Yeah, does it make sense? No, it doesn't make sense for me either, but you get the picture. But yes, as I said, I do highly, highly, highly recommend this film for everyone to watch. All right, now it's time for my favorite series of this past month. All right, so when it comes to series for this month, there was not much that really happened during that time. There were some good series that started but hasn't quite finished at this month. There was one on Amazon Prime called House of David. If you're into the biblical type of series, this time about the character of David, that's a good one. But what I'm here to talk about is finally Disney brings their own version of the character of Daredevil with the series Daredevil Born Again. Now, there was many concerns that Disney was going to Disneyfy this series. Even though they brought practically almost the same people from the original Netflix Daredevil series, which technically is part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I mean, I don't know, that gets complicated. I like to say it is, but I think Disney definitely blew this one out of the water and hit it out of the park. It is a slow burn. I'll give you that. But seeing the actor that played Matt Murdock in Daredevil, which his name escapes me, it's like he never left. He was great, once he starts fighting, and there was this one scene where he started fighting again, and he lets out this big yell. Oh man, it gave me chills down my spine. And yes, they brought back many other characters from the other series, but I was really happy to see John Bernthal as the Punisher, Frank Castle, once again. The Punisher is one of my favorite characters in Marvel Comics history. And yeah, John Bernthal is the best portrayal of this Punisher, that's for sure. And there is some scenes where I was almost clapping, saying, yes, this is the Punisher that I want to see. And yeah, and hearing that John Bernthal Punisher grunt when he's fighting, oh man, awesome. I don't know what it's about with me about men screaming and grunting, but I love it. Give me more. But the biggest thing of all, and really this series is all about the acting, is Vincent D'Onofrio playing Kingpin. He still has the chops of making this Kingpin an interesting character in this Marvel Cinematic Universe. That's for sure. And yeah, it talks about him running for mayor, even though people knew how corrupt he is, but he still won it. Sounds familiar, if you get my drift. But yeah, it just shows that, he always has something up his sleeve. And man, the way this series ended, which is, I don't know, some would argue this is first season 1A, and then 1B comes later, or season 2 comes later. I don't know. It depends how y'all look at it. But the way it ended, oh man, there was so much tension. And that's the thing with this whole series, with the conversation. There was so much tension. But this tension finally blew over, and it's ready to really go to full force once the next season comes in, which might be next year, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, Wilson Fisk, Kingpin, he's always great. Vincent D'Onofrio knows the role and does his role very, 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 very well. And yeah, with all these other characters coming together, seeing Daredevil to put on the cowl with the horns, seeing the Punisher with his skull t-shirt, seeing everybody just come back and ready to fight. Oh yes, and after that, it is very, very violent. Not gratuitous violent. I think it's just right. All right, and as for my rating, this is the rating I would give it. I give it 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 corrupt politicians. That's how I'm going to put it. So yeah, if you have not seen Daredevil, if you're a fan of the MCU, if you're a fan of Daredevil in general, you will not be disappointed. And if I do have to make a prediction for this series when the next season comes in, I'm willing to predict Jessica Jones and Luke Cage are going to make an appearance in the next one. I just have a good gut feeling. And by the way, the Punisher is going to get his own special presentation, which I'm definitely looking forward to. And yeah, well, when it comes to these series, will they bring the Defenders back with Iron Fist? Me personally, I hope so. I really do. But we'll see where this series will go, and also with the future of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. That's for sure. All right, guys. I hope you all enjoyed my reviews of my favorite movie and series of this month. And if y'all enjoyed my content, please hit that subscribe button. Let's get to 100 subscribers. I really hope. I just got one more week. And I really want to continue, but if not, that's just God telling me that's just the way it is. But yes, please subscribe, comment, and share. And thank you all for watching. Thank you all for your support. And until the next time, I'll see you there. Now, I know some of y'all are already talking about, how about the Minecraft movie? Well, to put it quickly, Minecraft movie was definitely stupid, but it was stupid, so stupid that it was funny. But still, it's not that great of a movie. Sorry, my fellow Gen Zs and maybe some Gen Alphas. Sorry, but the movie was not that great.